I'm doing some checking on my tachometer signal with the oscilloscope. I got a probe hooked up there, and this is at idle, so you know the bus idles at about 850 RPM. And what I'm seeing here is a positive to negative 13 volts, plus or minus, almost 14 volts in some cases, at a frequency of 41 hertz. So that might be useful information. I have a gear-driven tachometer, or a gear-driven tach sender. Go ahead and show that to you. That little greasy thing there is my tach sender. It's gear-driven here off of the blower. So at 41 hertz, I'm just under 650 RPM on the tach. I'm gonna go ahead and run this up here, see what happens. I'll try and get 1,000 here if I can. So that's reading 1,000 RPM, and look what's happened here. The voltage has increased to a positive and negative 19 volts. I need to change the resolution here. Come on. See if I can get this to go. That's the most it'll do, huh? So at 1,000 RPM, almost exactly, we're running 66 hertz and plus or minus, 20 volts. Okay, I had to bump up the voltage range here on the scope. Let me try this again, as I need to go higher RPM, see what happens here. So, yeah, the voltage gets way up there. I think I saw 35 at the highest RPM range. I ran it up to about 2,400 RPM there, no load, just to see. So the highest range, the voltages are definitely much higher than what most typical electronics can handle. So 1 hertz is equal to 60 revolutions per minute. Gotta run the calculator here on a couple of scenarios to see how many cycles we get for each revolution of the engine, according to the oscilloscope. So I've got measurements at around 600 800-ish RPM, maybe a little bit more, and another one around 1,000. So I should be able to figure out the pulses per revolution. Okay, so I went in the house and sat down at the computer and worked on the math here a little bit. Reviewing the video, I saw 42 hertz. So 42 hertz times 60 to get the actual RPMs is 2520 sender pulses, I guess you could say. And dividing the 2520 by what I thought my RPM was at 650 equals 3.87. And really that works out to, 4 pulses per revolution with an actual RPM of 630 RPM. Okay, so I just want to double check the math at 1,000 RPM to see if this holds up. 66 hertz on the scope times 60 revolutions per minute, per hertz, is 3960 RPM. And if I divide that by 4, I get approximately 1,000. So the sender is 4 full cycles per revolution. And reviewing the footage, I would count on a voltage range from plus or minus, 13 positive, negative, up to beyond, 40 plus or minus volts AC. Well, I hope somebody that has one of these buses finds this information useful. Please consider liking or subscribing the video, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know below. I read and respond to all of them. Thank you.